Hello once again my friends. Today I'm going to be showing you how to animate in Synfig Studio. Well, let me just draw something first and then I will show you how to make its shape change. Okay, let's say this is what you want to animate. Well, this is probably not going to be what you want to animate, but just for the video, for the sake of this video, let's say it is. Well, if you have drawn the what you want to animate, okay, so let me just show you now how to animate it. If we suppose that this is the shape you want to animate, well, the first thing you have to do is press on this green dude and then she becomes red. It means that you animate the shape of your drawing. Well, if you haven't pressed this green dude and for example you change this thing's shape, you just change its shape, you know what happens. You in general change its shape, you don't animate it or anything. So if you do press this green dude and then for example want to animate what you have drawn, you have to familiarize yourselves first with the timeline. This is the timeline. Well, basically this F means frames for the ones of you who wonder. Well, if you press somewhere in the timeline, for example here 24 frames, well, the number doesn't matter. Wait, so when you want to animate it, for example press 24 frames, the number doesn't really matter. Well, when you press 24 frames for example, and then for instance you take this point here and this and do whatever you want to do in order to animate what you have created, then you can see that its shape has changed, but that's not enough for you. You want to see if what you have tried works. So let's just go again to 0 frames and turn off editing mode if you want. It doesn't affect what you have done, your work, and press play in order to see what has happened. Well, yes, and you can see that in time it gradually turns into the final form, into its final shape, what you have told it to do. Now what happens if you want to for example if you regret your decision and you want your shape to change into this, if you want your creation to change in this into this shape further in the video, later, for example let's say 72 frames. Well, in this case you don't have to do what you have done all over again. You just go here where you have everything you have created and press on your creation and then go down here to in the timeline, and you can see these diamonds here. This diamond represents what you have, the shape you have told your creation to change, to turn into. For example, if I want to, well, there are 10 waypoints, it says here. Anyway, if you press remove or remove number and waypoints, then you have deleted it. uh, you have deleted the you have deleted, as I said, what you want to happen. Well, I pressed undo in order to make it in order to show you anyway. Well, you can, so you, bottom line, you can delete it in this way. But now if you want to, if you want your creation to change its shape, for example, later you can just press on the diamond, hold, click, and drag it wherever you want. So I said 72 frames, and I drag it all the way to 72 frames. Let's see if this works. Can you see it? The final shape you have set is 72 frames instead of 24, and that's basically the basic things you need to know about animation. That's a short and sweet video, I would call it, as the English say. So I will show you more about animations and Synfig Studio later on in other videos. Good night, everybody.